I've been asked on the comments under my last Master Duel video to share my Morphtronic list, and here it is, I guess. This is -1 change almost the list I currently run in the TCG, which is why you only see one called by. You can probably adjust this to fit the second one, but I currently haven't done that. So let's quickly run this down and I can maybe tell you a few things about this. And we start, of course, with 3 copies of Morphtronics Cell Phone. While in attack position, you can once per turn roll a 6-sided die, reveal that many cards from the top of your deck, and special a level 4 or lower Morphtronic monster from those, ignoring summoning conditions. This is your main playmaker. You want to get to this guy as fast as possible, which is why we run the Gizmek Naganaki, which is probably a card I will talk about right after these guys. So yeah, Cell Phone's amazing. This is probably like the 18th time I've talked about Cell Phone on this channel. So this is an amazing card you want to get to as fast as possible. Really amazing. Play a copy of Vacuuman for the defense position effect, because once per turn he can target a face-up attack position monster the opponent controls and equip it to himself as an equip card, which is some very neat removal for some monster with a bit of protections. We play Morphtronic Smartphone, which is kind of the second part of your consistency duo. This guy can be special summoned by banishing a Morphtronic monster from the graveyard and is also a tuner, which is really nice. And while in attack position similar to Cell Phone, you roll a 6-sided die, excavate that many cards from the top of your deck, and add an excavated Morphtronic card to your hand. But in contrast to Cell Phone, the defense position effect is also kind of neat, because you can roll a 6-sided die, look at that many cards, and then stack the cards on top or bottom of your deck, depending on how those cards are looking. So yeah, those probably are your main play enablers. I mean, they are definitely your main play enablers. And a card from Dawn of Majesty. In Gizmek Naganaki, the Sunrise Signaler helps with that, which is weird, because a lot of the Dawn of Majesty cards aren't in this game, but this guy is for some reason. You can tribute a machine monster whose attack equals its own defense to special summon a machine monster whose attack equals its own defense, with a lower level than the attributed monster from your deck. Being a level 2 means you can get to Cell Phone, which is why you're running this guy. It's basically a normal summon that lets you lone fire into Cell Phone, which is really nice, and definitely helps with the consistency of this deck. The graveyard effect that you can banish him to add a face-down banished machine with equal attack and defense comes up with the Pot of Desires you are running, which is kind of cool. As a second machine dupe target, I am running Morphtronic Remoten. This guy is absolutely awesome. Because while in attack position, you can target a Morphtronic monster in grave, banish it, and add a Morphtronic from deck to hand with the same level. Allows you to cycle through your level 1 so you can get to more smartphones. Maybe allows you to search Cell Phone in some hands. Or just kind of fix your hand depending on what you need. So he is great for that. While in defense, you can discard a Morphtronic from hand and add one from grave to hand with the same level. Situational has not come up a whole lot where I've used the defense position effect. In most cases, you will use the attack position effect to cycle through your level 1s to get deeper into your deck. But it is nice to have, I guess. Scopen. While in attack position, once per turn you can special summon a level 4 Morphtronic from hand, but it gets destroyed in the end phase. Easily enables level 7 Synchros, which is what you are looking for, because Power Tool Dragon is a very central piece in this deck. And while in defense, Scopen is treated as a level 4, which is kind of neat, especially considering that Scopen is a tuner. In terms of level 4 Morphtronics, we are running 3 Boom Boxen. This guy can attack twice while in attack position, and negate an attack on a face-up Morphtronic monster while in defense. The attack position effect is quite nice for OTKing, in all honesty, because with a United We Stand, this guy can get actually some really decent hits in. But in general, you will just use him for the level 4 aspect, and that he's an Earth, because with Smartphone, he easily enables Naturia Beast. Playing the 1 Videon, this guy gains 800 attack or defense, depending on which mode he is for each equip card to equip to him. This is just a level 4 Morphtronic I want to be able to add back off Gizmek Naganaki if I happen to banish it off Desires. And it also has quite some nice synergy with the equipped spells we are running. Next up, we are running Gizmek Arakami, the Hailbringer Hog. You can special summon this guy from your hand if you control a machine whose attack equals its own defense. You play a few of those in Cell Phone, Vacuuman, Smartphone. Naganaki is also a target, of course, and the Videon. So he's a very nice extender for those cases, and while in grave you can banish him to dump a machine with equal attack and defense that has a lower level than a machine with equal attack and defense you control. Maybe sets up a Gizmek Naganaki in some cases to banish, to maybe grab something of Desires, but in most cases you will just use this guy as a fairly generic extender. But he's very nice for that. Since he's a water, you can definitely consider running Adamantipator, Risen, Drakeite in the extra deck, but I currently am not on that, because I think Dawn Dragster is easier to make and also not as setup dependent. We're running the 1 Monster Reborn as an extender. Machine Duplication is like our main power card, since you can Machine Duel Remoten and Salphon for insane value. Playing the 1/1 to have like an additional way to get to Salphon, because with 1/1, 3 Naganaki and the 3 Salphon, you are essentially on 7 copies, which is very nice. Which kind of fixes a lot of consistency issues the deck has, but it definitely doesn't fix all of them. 3 Junk Box, special summons a level 4 Lower Morphtronic from grave as an additional extender. The monster gets summoned, gets popped in the end phase, but that's not a big deal, because in most cases you will just link it off, sync it off, use it for, you know, an extra deck play. Pot of Desires is really cool. Yeah, it's just really cool. You banish the top 10 cards of your deck face down, draw 2. Can either fix your hand or get you to playables in a very tough situation, or if you basically have gone off and are currently in a spot where you need more extenders or just additional resources, or just want to dig for, you know, follow-up play because you have already set up a board. This is very nice. In both scenarios, this has come in handy many times. It feels absolutely great to activate this, draw into Salphon, and still summon 2 Salphons of Machine Duplication. So this card hasn't really let me down in any major ways. United We Stand for OTKs going second. Is great with Power Tool Dragon, has some incidental synergy with Appaloosa, because Appaloosa just has to lose 800 attack to negate a card, so that is nice. Repay Unit as a searchable extender. Because this is an equip spell, you can grab it off Power Tool Dragon. Effect is basically you send a Morphtronic from grave to hand and then select a Morphtronic in grave to special summon the selected monster. Equip it with this card, and then, you know, it's basically a premature burial, I guess. Very nice. The cool thing about this is you can discard a Morphtronic and summon that same Morphtronic back, which is a very neat interaction. Rounding out the main deck is a copy of Caught by the Grave for those pesky hand traps. You can probably, if you want to more optimize this for the Master Duel format, work in a second one for like one of the Arakamis or the Videon. But that is a thing for testing, I guess. In terms of extra deck, I am on 1 Formula Synchron. This is just a very nice draw you can easily make with Salphon and Smartphone to dig for additional resources. Armory Arm is a level 4 that you can either use as a stepping stone while climbing Synchros, or use the effect to equip it to a monster. That monster gains 1000. And if it destroys a monster by battle, the opponent takes damage to the destroyed monster's original attack, which can help you close out some games, but it's also very nice for just being a 4 that you can easily make. Naturia Beast can, when a spell is activated, quick effect, mill the top 2 cards of your deck, negate that activation, and destroy it. Really powerful card. Some decks auto-scoop to this, and you can rather easily make this with Boombox and Smartphone, as mentioned. 2 copies of Power Tool Dragon. This is very instrumental, and I'm running 2. 2 is basically the minimum you need to run. Because not only is he a great extender going first and then an easy way into Crystal Wing, and going second, he's basically one of your OTK enablers with United We Stand. But yeah, once per turn you reveal 3 equip spells from deck, you randomly add 1 to hand, shuffle the rest back, and if he would be destroyed by a card while if you would be destroyed while equipped with an equip spell, you can send one of those to graveyard instead. Absolutely amazing. Love this card. It's great. Next up we have FA Dawn Dragster, gains attack equal to level times 300, and you can decrease this guy's level by 2 to negate the activation or effect of a spell or trap card. Very nice in turn 1 setups. Turn 2 this can maybe save you from a Torrential Tribute or something, but just a very nice and easy to make spell and trap negate, because you do have a very good level 7 access. Cyber's Quantum Dragon is a very neat bit of protection, because while you control a link monster, monsters your opponent controls cannot target monsters you control for attacks, except this one. and the same goes for card effects. And also once per turn at the start of damage step, if he battles an opponent's monster, you can bounce that monster back to hand. And he can make a second attack in a row. A very cool card, out some rather tough beat sticks or some monsters, you know, with a destruction protection. And it's just, you know, a very neat card that helps you with going second. Running the 1 Livestream Dragon for burn heavy matchups, as this, you know, requires a tuner and Power Tool Dragon. If he's synchro summoned, you can make a life points become 4000, and while he's face up on the field, you take no effect damage. If he on the field would be destroyed, you can banish an equipped spell instead. You do set that up quite nicely with your Net Restand and Repair unit. And him being 2900 is, you know, something to look out for. But he's very situational. But I like running him because he's cool. Then, you know, the Crystal Wing. You easily make this with Smartphone and Power Tool Dragon. Once per turn, when another monster's effect is activated, quick effect negate that. Destroy it, and this guy gains attack equal to the destroyed monster's attack. If he battles a level 5 or higher monster during damage calc, he gains attack equal to the current attack during damage calc. He's just great. Easily Nibiru-proofs your combos if you make a Power Tool Dragon, summon Smartphone, and then you can basically make him on your 5th summon because you scope him into level 4, make Power Tool, add an extender. Add an extender, summon Smartphone as your 4th summon. And on the 5th summon, you can make Crystal Wing, which is probably the easiest way you can Nibiru-proof your combos. Levier is for the cases in which you Machine Duel Remoten, because once per turn, detaching a material to special summon a banished level 4 or lower monster is very neat because Remoten banishes for cost, or like for part of the effect. So that is very neat, because you can Machine Duel Remoten, take 2 into the Platinum gadget that you are running, and then get further value of the second one because you can grab Scope if you have a level 4 in hand and then go off, I guess. In terms of links, I am running 1 Link Kuribo, as you do run a fair bit of level 1s. This guy is quite neat for some, you know, battle protection. Or, you know, if you need a different name for Appaloosa, which is also something that comes up. Running the Platinum gadget as an extender, takes 2 machines, cannot be used as link material to turn its link summoned, and during the main phase you can special summon a level 4 lower machine from hand to a zone he points to. So that is very neat for extensions, gets you some Morphtronics off the board. This could be a Halka Fibrax, but if you want to run that, you should probably also consider Auroradon, or yeah, all that stuff. Nightmare Unicorn for some removal. This is basically part of your Accesscode line, which is an absolutely amazing card. Running Appaloosa for some, you know, big monster negations turn 1, or, you know, to kind of close, to kind of, you know, make going second a bit more daunting. If you just make a 3 to 4 material Appaloosa on the side, depending on how good your grip is. And then the Accesscode Talker just to enable some easy OTKs. This has been absolutely amazing. In combination with Power Tool Dragon, having that second way to OTK definitely gives this deck a lot more firepower, and I have enjoyed it a lot. But yeah, minus the Accesscode Talker, which is the only change to my IRL list, this is my Morphtronic list, which currently got me the gold 5. We'll see how much climb I can still do with this. But yeah, I think with all that out of the way, I hope you enjoyed this Master Duel deck profile. This is the first one I've done. If you want to see maybe some more what I've been tinkering with in this game, definitely let me know down below. Oh boy. And with all that out of the way, I will thank you guys very much for watching and see you guys again next time. But until then, goodbye.